How we doing out there? Wall Stadium Speedway, make some noise! Oh, come on. You got to let the world know you are at the 100th ever round of Formula Drift competition. Make some noise, New Jersey! There we go. Are you ready to meet your top 16 drifters? Starting off with the first car parked, coming to us from Poland. I like to call him the Candy Man. And the Word House Drift Team Falcon Tires S15, it is Peter Vesek. Next to him, he is your defending champion. Coming to us from Ireland, in the Word House Drift Team Falcon Tires S15, James the Machine Dean. Next up in that gum out, Toyota Racing, Toyota 86 on Nexon Tires, the race service, the Bone Zone. He is Ryan Turk. Rounding out that two-car team, that Blackout Garage team, and that NOS Energy Drink. Nissan 370Z on Nexon Tires, three-time Formula Drift champ, Chris the Force Forsberg. Might I add, all four of our Formula Drift driver OGs who have been drifting since 2004, 15 years, 100 rounds later, all four of them are here in the top 16, including that of Chris Forsberg. Moving on down the line, a newcomer but making a lot of noise in that Black Magic Supercharged LS S14 from Florida. It is Alec Honadell. Another OG. And he is OG. And that Gretty Performance, Toyota Racing, Falcon Tire, Toyota 86, the OG. Original Ken Gucci. Styles for miles, this gentleman coming to us from Hawaii and now Las Vegas, Vape-Tasia Energy Innovations. Are you ready to get nuts on some Achilles tires? It is Forrest Wing. He is the Inca Madness Racing IMR Field Suspension Nitto Tires. He calls it the Monster BMW. All the way from Lima, Peru, Alex Hilbrand. Some more international flavor coming to us from Latvia. Our most recent winner from our previous round in Atlanta. HGK, Achilles Tires, Motul, Weisfab. It is Christoph Splush. Coming up next, he is the beast from the Bay in the Falcon Tires Wish Corvette. It is Matt Field. Next up, former Formula Drift champion, that Rockstar Energy Drink. Nexon Tires Toyota Corolla. It is Frederick, the Norwegian Hammer Osbo. Next up, for his first time in the Formula Drift Top 16, never let go, buddy, from the Pacific Northwest. He's in that Closet Creations Popeye Energy Achilles Tire S13. It is Matt Van Kirk. Another Formula Drift OG from day one, 2004. He's been banging away out here, a former Formula Drift champion himself in the Turn 14 distribution, Falcon Tires, Turbocharged LS Subaru BRZ Slide or Daijiro Yoshihara. Next up, he is your number 2 qualifier. And he is out here in his Falcon Tires, drifts, wheels, R Performance, field suspension, LS Supercharged S14. It is Animus Ori Bashis. And the final OG of the four that are here in the top 16, former Formula Drift champion from Maryland. He is Monster Energy Nitto Tire Ford Performance Mustang RTR. He's ready to rock. Von Ginn Jr. And last but definitely not least, he is your top qualifier, Black Magic Award winner. Give him the medallion, give him the bling. From Black Magic, we have Chris Maximilian, and from Advanced Auto Parts, Sophia Mancinelli. They are presenting our #1 Black Magic Top Qualifier Award winner with some Black Magic product, $500 cash. And again, he is in that Falcon Tires Roush Performance Ford Mustang JTP, Justin Pollock, your #1 qualifier here at the Advanced Auto Parts Gauntlet presented by Black Magic. This is round 4 of the Formula Drift Black Magic Pro Championship. Are you ready to send it? Wall Stadium. On 3, let's get a wave going. 1, 2, 3, come on, send it. Here we go. Show them what we're working with here. Come on, keep it going. Come across the spotters booth. Put your hands up, spotters. Come on, here we go. Want to make sure you're still alive. That was a long break. Want to make sure you didn't have a ice cream overload. Hot dogs, too many hot dogs. I know Corey Hosford had too many hot dogs. It's his birthday. All right, send it back, send it back, send it back. Send it back. There's a rip curl. Too many fried Oreos. Got funnel cakes over here. I've been smelling it all day, all weekend. Well, there you go. So when we come back, we'll take a short commercial break. When we come back, head-to-head action here at the Advanced Auto Parts Gauntlet presented by Black Magic. Round 4, the Formula Drift Black Magic Pro Championship. Send it, New Jersey. All right, we are live now. The Advanced Auto Parts Gauntlet presented by Black Magic. And Ryan, the gauntlet has proven to be true. We saw some carnage earlier today.
Well, you know, I mean, this is such a unique course, and the banking is obviously very challenging to deal with, especially for the chase driver. We've made some allotments for the chase driver to be able to get the best jump out of the gate they can. We saw the course getting torn up a little bit, especially coming through this cross section here. We've been able to patch that up, and hopefully that will give us some smoothness through that area. It can cause some damage to the vehicles. So, you know, this is a legacy course within the Formula Drift Championship. Been around since 2005, and we're grateful to kick off here, event #1, top 16.
Yeah,
let's
right.
do it.
Yeah. All right. So Justin Pollock, JTP, he is our #1 qualifier. He wins that Black Magic Top Qualifier Award medallion. If you haven't seen, he's got the bling, and that's not his first one this season. So it shows you that he is out for blood this year. And Justin Pollock having his first head-to-head battle here on the big bank that is Wall Stadium. Alec Honordale in that Black Magic Supercharged LS S14, former two-wheel jet ski and now a drifter. Justin Pollock really high into the bank. Alec Honordale fairly low as Pollock really dominant out front. Alec Honordale trying to keep that close proximity, but it just does not seem to be working out for him right now. As the Falcon tires get thrown in Alec's face, going across that whoop section, Justin Pollock, like I said, just seems a lot more comfortable behind the wheel of that Ford Mustang. Well done there from JTP and Alec Honordale. Like I said, Alec, he seemed to be like right there, but he had to back off, or he just exceeded the nose of JTP.
Yeah, you can see he was very aggressive right here. I love the way that he approached it, but see, when he got in the pocket, he got in a little bit too low, and Justin's very high on the bank here, does a great job riding it down, now transitioning through. This is definitely a page that we've seen from the books and the likes of Osbo and James Dean, where they go and lay down such a clean, lean run that it really makes it challenging for the driver in the chase position to do the same thing on his lead run. And Justin Pollock did a phenomenal job there, started off very strong. Let's take a look at it again from the roof cam here. You can see how low Alec Honordale is from the start. He realizes that he's got to make his way up, and you can see he has a little bit less angle there, trying to fight the vehicle to get it where he wants it. And look how close Justin is to the wall there. So great job as we now will switch things up.
All right, so I know earlier, if you weren't watching in Top 32, due to Justin Pollock's #1 qualifier as well as #2 qualifier, Odie Bakshas, they had buy runs, but in Justin Pollock's buy run, coincidentally, his drive shaft fell off. So it looks to be that he did fix his vehicle, and it's good to see him up and running. And then also Alec Honordale, I know during the halftime break, I had some words with him, and his clutch line broke. It exploded. So again, both these guys suffering some damage here as Alec Honordale throws it in. Big angle there from Alec Honordale, just pluming a ton of smoke here across that front clipping point. Alec Honordale in the crease. There goes Justin Pollock. And Pollock right there. Hunterdale gets all the way out to the outside zone using all the course and gets out to that outside touch and go. Good job by Alec and Justin. Makes some noise for Hunterdale and Pollock. And Ryan, it got an interesting start there. It looked like Hunterdale kind of, I don't want to say checked up, but it kind of a hiccup.
Well, let's take a look here. You can see there looked like a tiny bit of slowdown there and then an acceleration, and Justin had to adjust to that. Hunterdale does a pretty good job of mid-high line, but I think Justin had a better line up top there. Now Pollock is fighting back. He's going to come through the smoke line here, and a lot of drivers, Jared, have been talking about, they are really having to conserve tires on this course. They are going through a full set after these runs, and you can see why right here. Look at this. This is from initiation. We're looking right into a cloud where we lose them for a second here, and now they come back out on the other side. So thankfully we have cameras on the other side of the course so we can pick that up. But a really smoky battle here in our first battle of the top 16. Alec Hunterdale, Justin Pollock. Let's go to the judges.
Slide him left for Alec, right for Pollock, and you know the outcome. Justin Pollock, JTP gets the win. Another step closer towards a perfect event going forward. As JTP feeling the flow, feeling it here in Jersey. Originally from Kalamazoo, Michigan. Now living in Southern California, operates his own shop hotline. We got a packed house here, man. How we doing out there? Say what's up to the world. You can see yourself there on the big screen and on live stream. Alex Hilbrun, Chris Forsberg. These guys have gone against each other twice before, both of them winning once overall. So you can see the horsepower difference on average, just about 1,000 horsepower under the hood of either vehicle. Alex Hilbrun qualifying 8th, Chris Forsberg qualifying 9th, so fairly equally matched according to qualifying, but that goes out the window as now it's head-to-head battles. So Hilbrun, Forsberg. Hilbrun in the supercharged V8 BMW. Again, popped his engine in Atlanta, and he comes back with a vengeance here in Jersey. Chris Forsberg here in his VQ powered Nissan 370Z on Nexen tires. Part of that blackout team that is Forsberg and Ryan Turk. Who's going to come out on top? Hilbrun or Forsberg? Hilbrun in that lead position, field suspension, Inca Madness Racing. Forsberg in the chase position. Hilbrun initiates into the bank. Hilbrun high, taps the wall once, twice, stays in it. No, absolutely, there goes the tire. And Hilbrun, and the tire goes off. Hilbrun going hard into the wall. Pin it to win it, but not so much in this case. Make some noise for Hilbrun and Forsberg. So not only will he have a deficit now because of going into the wall, he was on, he was leading, but if he was to call his competition timeout, which I believe he has one.
Boom, right there. There's the first one. Probably popped the tire there, but then on this second one, bloop. What the judges have to look for here is if the tire comes off due to the contact of the guardrail. If it does, if I remember correctly, they actually would allow him to use his competition timeout and get on a new set of tires, but then Chris would also be able to get rears as well. If his tire came off, if it debeated, if it came off just by itself by low tire pressure, then he would not have that opportunity.
And so with that, we will obviously take a short break here. We'll get Alex Hilbrun, make sure I am obviously seeing movement, so we talk about the sensationalism of it, but he is okay. All right, well, as you can see, Hilbrun is getting his vehicle slowly but surely put onto that flatbed trailer, and we'll continue with more action, but that's the wall. It claims another victim. And in the meantime, our own Laurent Nickel caught up with the #1 qualifier, and he finds himself already in the Grade 8 JTP. Justin Pollock.
Congratulations to JTP. Moving on, but you can probably see that look. JTP, a lot of stuff going on today. What's happening?
Yeah, I mean, the car has been running great. I feel like my driving has been what the judges have been asking for. On our bye run, we actually lost the ring and pinion, which ended up like jamming up, spit out the drive shaft, and like seized up the transmission. So we ended up in the brake, we ended up having to pull the diff, the drive shaft was already pulled, obviously, and the transmission, we had to pull that out. My guys jammed. We got the car all put back together just in time to make opening ceremony. Went out and ran Alec and broke the shifter on like initiation into the first corner. Unfortunately, I'm like in third the entire run, but that's what I was doing, like waiting at the starting line, trying to figure out how am I going to shift this car with no shifter. But I just grabbed like the base of it and like went after it, and we were able to go out and move on to the grade 8. Good run by Alec, but man, everything that could go wrong has gone wrong today, but we're just fighting it off.
JTP, fingers crossed that things start going your way.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Wow, that is unbelievable there as Justin Pollock, the smile on his face. Make some noise for Alex Hilbrun as he goes off. Again, Hilbrun will have the incomplete. He does call a competition timeout as well. So competition timeouts utilized, and he's allowed to put 2 fresh tires on, which would therefore allow Chris Forsberg to put a fresh set of rear tires on as well. All right, so I'm seeing up there in the burnout box, just in the staging area, we are seeing Frederick Osbo. He's going to be going against Forrest Wang. This should be a fun one to watch. Here comes Frederick Osbo. These guys have gone against each other 3 times, with Frederick Osbo undefeated, but Forrest Wang, different mindset, different caliber of vehicle. He's going against our current points leader, but Forrest Wang swinging for the fences. Hopefully not too close to the fence, because as we just saw with Hilbrun, it bites back. Osbo in that hot hatchback. Freshman season for that vehicle. Might look similar to last year's Toyota Corolla IM, but it is a very different car. A Papadakis racing team being really transparent on a lot of the build. I know Stefan Papadakis documented a lot of the videos. I caught him filming some stuff this morning, and if you haven't seen it already, you can check it out. Getting a shot there of Alex Hilbrun pulling his vehicle off the flatbed. Competition timeout starts when it gets back to the pits. So that 5-minute allotment, we'll see if that's ample time enough to get it back up and running. All right, here we go. Frederick Osbo, Forrest Wang, that Vaptasia Energy Innovations Achilles tire. Sylvia S13, Osbo initiates high in the bank. Forrest Wang works his way up. You saw, no, and Forrest Wang, both these guys. Yard sale. Woo, that is a doozy. And Forrest Wang, Ryan, let's take a look at this. It seemed that, again, very impressed with what Forrest was doing. You saw, and we saw him low on the bank. Osbo, boom, right from the jump, was high. Here we go, Ryan, look at it.
Yeah, it looks like Osbo gets into a little bit of trouble early here. He's going to tap the wall right up there, right after the smoke line, and then you can see Forrest surging forward. Looks like there's some contact there coming down off the bank. Here it is this is from the roof cam, Jared. Watch, Osbo's going to make contact with the wall up here. It looks like right there, just a little bit. And then he's really deep here. And then here comes Forrest. They touch, and that pushes Osbo off course, and then Forrest goes into the wall. So what the judges are going to have to evaluate now is basically fault for collision.
That's a tough one, man, because again, Osbo, like you said, he initiated, you saw him slide up, you saw him tap the wall. Forrest, you saw him slide back. This is going to be a really difficult run to dictate who's at fault here. Look at this thing limping off there, that back left. Seen better days. We will let the judges deliberate some more, taking a look at the tape. This is a very interesting battle here. And again, we still have the Hilbrun-Forsberg battle that got into the wall as well. So when we come back, more action here at Wall Stadium Speedway. All right, we are live here at Wall Stadium Speedway, round 4 of the Formula Drift Black Magic Pro Championship. The gauntlet has proven once again another victim here as that sharp knife of a wall. I throw it over to Ryan Lontaine as they had some deliberation there during the halftime break, or during that break there. Ryan?
Thanks, Jared. We looked at the replay, I'm sure you guys saw, over and over and over again. We're trying to assess fault. It kind of seems like Osbo in the lead position is the one that made contact with the wall first. You can see here he's really high. He makes contact right there. The car bobbles quite a bit. There's a lack of smoke for quite a couple of seconds. At that point, in the chase position, Forrest is trying to maintain that proximity because if Osbo just taps the wall and keeps going, then he's got to keep going as well. So you can see Forrest work his way up here. He gets back into the right position. This is where Osbo is making that initial contact. And then you can see the car rotates a little more heavily just before the contact. So it looks like that Osbo was at fault for the hit, and Forrest was basically doing what we were telling him to do, to maintain proximity and stay close for the entire run. So Brian Eggert and myself put the fault on Frederick Osbo. Andy Yen voted in favor of kind of a shared fault for that contact, but majority rules, so the two of us saying Osbo, it goes for Osbo.
So yeah, so Osbo's got to work on it. So Alex Hilbrun, who we saw get into the wall earlier, fresh set of tires. Forsberg now pulls in. All right, so Forsberg will lead. This is the second half of the battle. If you can recall, Hilbrun got into the wall and caused damage to his car. And with Forsberg in the chase position, he did not need to finish that run. So something similar to that of Dan Burkett as well. Dan Burkett and him Burkett got into the wall. So Forsberg gets a clean air out front. He's hoping, or Alex Hilbrun's hoping that Forsberg, he can force an error here on Forsberg's behalf. And here we go. Forsberg out front. Hilbrun in chase position. Forsberg initiates. Forsberg high on the wall. Alex Hilbrun now really right there, up in the mix. Good chase shot by Hilbrun. Look at that. Nice little flip and slide. Hilbrun, woo-wee! Forsberg puts the car right there, but Hilbrun is not backing down. A great chase job there by Hilbrun, but take a look again. Forsberg with a solid lead run, but Hilbrun just shot him everywhere where the force went.
Yeah, Alex Hilbrun doing everything that he needed to do, or that he should be doing in this position here. He's obviously got that big deficit. And as you can see, Forsberg out front, nice and high on the bank. But Hilbrun mirroring him here, just a little bit long on that first inside clip. Forsberg trying to put that left rear wheel right in that deep section of the groove of that second outside zone. Look at Hilbrun here, just applying the pressure. Great job of drifting here through that outside touch and go, wrapping around the last corner, falling back for a second here, but able to do everything that he could possibly do in this situation. And remember, this is a fresh set of rears for both drivers, so a tremendous amount of grip here. Kind of changes the strategy a little bit, but again, with that deficit, a tough break here for Alex Hilbrun.
And the results are in. And slide them left for Forsberg and right for Hilbrun. And there you have it. Chris Forsberg gets the win. Chris Forsberg gets the win and advances on. He'll go against JTP in the Grade 8. Again, tell your friends, hashtag FDNJ, as well as FD100. Oh, look at that. Matt Field getting some seat cushions to some fans. Oh, man. Oh, those are some dangerous weapons there. Matt Field getting some gear. All right, so it's Matt Field versus Ryan Turk. These guys have gone against each other 3 times before, with Ryan Turk bettering 2-1. Matt Field will lead. He qualified 5th compared to Ryan Turk's 12th. Matt Field in that Falcon Tires Wish Corvette. Ryan Turk in his Gum Out Toyota Racing Toyota 86 on Nexen Tires. And here we go. Matt Field, Ryan Turk, who's moving on? Field initiates. Both of them initiate at the same time. Matt Field getting personal with the wall. Ryan Turk, a bit of distance away. Transitioning into that second outer zone. Tight to that front clip go both the drivers. Matt Field really throttling down, hammering down, getting that outside touch and go. Both of them tight to the front clip. A fairly equally matched battle.
Well, the level continues to raise here in the top 16. Matt Field, let's watch the initiation. Nice and tandem initiation by both drivers there. Field, nice and high on the bank. Ryan Turk trying to close the door here through that inside clip as Matt Field switching back around in tandem once again. Turk looking for an opportunity to attack here as Field comes off that line just for a second now into that inside clip. Now through the center section, bouncing around, hitting that second hash mark on that outside touch and go. Here comes Turk surging forward towards the finish line. And a good start here. Great lead run by Matt Field. Ryan Turk holding his own in the chase, keeping the pressure on towards the end there. And now both drivers have seen what each other has done in the lead, in Matt's lead and in Ryan's chase. The spotters coming up with the strategy here of what to do and what expectations need to be met. And here's the second run.
All right, so here we go. A lot of smoke looming in the air as Ryan Turk throws it in. Woo! Matt Field sticks it to the door of Ryan Turk. Transition past that front clip. Ryan Turk in that second outer zone. Hammering down as Turk past that front clip and into that outer zone goes Turk and Field. One clip away. Woo! These two gladiators right now throwing down Ryan. Wow. We are really just going to scrutinize splitting hairs here.
Well, that was a beautiful float and catch by Matt Field on initiation, letting the car float out, catching it at the right time, not making contact with Turk. Let's take a look at it again. Turk out front. We just see it after the catch, but right here you can see what the result is. He stays right there on the door. Turk, great job on that inside clip. Field keeping the pressure on. Turk making a slight adjustment, but keeping the line nice and tight, leaving that zone at the right time on that second hash mark through that inside clip. Getting that butt out to the touch and go, and then here comes Field wrapping around this last corner, driving through their own smoke line, and in a great battle here. Here's that catch, boom. A lot of times you would see a big difference in angle and maybe even contact there, but Field was able to float the car out, catch it right there, stay in the pocket, and then pour the pressure on as Ryan Turk took that lead and stayed nice and high on the bank.
Wow, look at that, just how thick the smoke is from that particular angle. That's from the bank. Slide him right for Matt Field, slide him left for Ryan Turk. Do we have a victor? Ryan, Andy, and Brian say? Ryan says Matt Field, as do all the drivers, or all the judges. Matt Field gets the victory. Matt Field gets the win and will advance on. We talked about consistency and what it takes to be a champion. I mean, ask Chris Forsberg when he won his third championship. He did not have a win. He got second, got third, but never had a victory. And, you know, Osbo right now has podiumed every round with a win in Long Beach. He's been on the box both in Orlando as well as most recently Atlanta. Forrest Wang was on the podium at round one after a year hiatus. And right now, Frederick Osbo, who's our current points leader, is potentially threatening not to advance on given the current situation of him at fault, major deficit, with him in that lead position. And now Forrest Wang, if he does everything he needs to do and just runs through the course, and even if Osbo has a solid chase run, Forrest Wang would take down our current points leader. Here we go, Forrest Wang. It's about to get nuts. Vaptasia, Energy Innovations, Achilles Tire. Wang initiates. There's Frederick Osbo, Forrest Wang. Good angle all the way through. Transition past that first front clip. As Osbo, you can see, compromising that angle, is close to him. Nice angle there. As Forrest Wang gets out to that touch and go and around that final front clip. Ryan, walk us through it.
Well, Osbo knows what situation he's in here. He's got to hope that Forrest Wang makes a big equal mistake, an incomplete essentially, in order to force a one more time in this situation. But you can see Forrest still aggressive out front. He had a mid-line on the bank. He understands all he needs to do is have a scored run in the lead position. Osbo really putting the pressure on here.
Osbo nudged him there.
Yeah, little love tap there, but overall, no major mistakes, no incompletes that we could see from Forrest Wang. Judges getting a look at it. This is coming through the power alley here and wrapping around. I think they want to see the finish line. Is what I think that's what why we're seeing this. Make sure there was no straightening across the finish line. Watch Forrest in the lead. Yeah, just that should be fine.
Fine. There's that word again. That's fine.
You know, other people have been saying that to me. Bill.
That you say that a lot?
No, Bill, the sign guy. It's like leaking out there.
Oh, about you saying fine?
Yeah.
No, it's fine. Because it's not a yes or a no. It's fine. It'll do. What do you guys think? Forrest Wang or Frederick Osbo? One more time. Oh, man, you guys are throwing everything out there. Chris Forsberg gets the win. I think it's fine. Yeah, all you hardcore fans know that joke. All right, results are in. Slide them left for Wang, right for Osbo. And Ryan says Forrest Wang. And he says Forrest Wang and Brian. Wang gets the win. Let's go to the other side of this top 16 bracket. We already have in the grade 8 JTP. Justin Pollock will go against Chris Forsberg. Forrest Wang versus Matt Field. And now here we are on the other side of the top 16 bracket. Odie Bakshis, Matt Van Kirk. These have never gone against each other. Matt Van Kirk, look at that. He has no stats. He doesn't even exist. I'm joking. He obviously exists. That Closet Creations Popeye Energy. This is his first time in top 16 Formula Drift competition. Never let go, Matt Van Kirk, as Odie Bakshis will lead. He qualified second. This is his first head-to-head battle for the weekend. He's going against a driver he's never gone against, but he'll get the clean air on this first run. Two very similar setups. Got the VAS chassis as Odie throws it in. Nice job by Odie. Really high, but there's Van Kirk lingering in that Falcon tire smoke. Van Kirk not backing down. Look at that. Hanging with an FD veteran that is Odie Bakshis. Odie, putting the car in all the right places. Odie Bakshis, that's a hard act to follow. And Van Kirk did that.
Yeah, Van Kirk kind of killing it today.
Yeah.
Keeping it real tight here. Odie Bakshis out front. Nice early initiation. Quickly back on throttle by Odie. Great job running that high line on the bank. Smoke line right in the face there. Hits that inside clip. Just a little tap. He was able to pull a gap through that inside clip against Van Kirk. Van Kirk now closing the door a little bit. As you can see, Odie's bumper a little bit out of whack there, but not causing any problems with his driving. Stays deep into that outside touch and go. Nice and tight on that inside clip. And Van Kirk sticks with him towards the end. So switching things up here. And this is when the smoke gets real treacherous, especially looking down the front straight. It's really hard for the drivers to see the initiation point. So hopefully this will blow out here. But now Matt Van Kirk has his opportunity to lead.
All right, so as waiting for the smoke to dissipate a little bit so these drivers have a better sight on that aggressive initiation. Looks like they are clear to send. Van Kirk will lead. Odie will give chase. Van Kirk, not a huge degree of angle, but I like what he's doing. Like I said, a very smooth driver. Look at his transitions. Oh, buddy, Van Kirk going off course. He brings it back on. Odie, applaud the composure. And Matt Van Kirk rounds out his first top 16 battle in Formula Drift competition.
Well, a great job by Odie Bakshis in understanding what was going on there with Matt Van Kirk. when he got into outside zone number 2. Let's see what happens here as they approach that section of the course. Good situational awareness here from Odie. Comes through, gets right up in the inside here. Van Kirk goes up on the course. Odie sees it, makes an adjustment. It's a big mistake for Van Kirk, slowing down like that and then going up on course. Odie keeps the chase game strong here as Van Kirk wraps around this last inside clip. And I think that mistake is going to be enough to tilt it into the direction of Odie Bakshis.
So this will be officially the first round that Osbo has not podiumed this year, as we await for Matt Van Kirk and Odie Bakshis. Slide him left for Van Kirk, slide him right for Bakshis. And looks like Odie Bakshis gets the victory. Monster Energy Nitto Tire Ford Performance Mustang RTR. This torque machine here pulling 3 wheels. Look at this, 14 battles against each other. Again, thinking all the way back to 2004, these guys have been competing. We're all 14 plus years older. At the end of this season, 15. Vaughn Gittin Jr. will lead. Monster Energy Nitto Tire Ford Performance Mustang RTR. Going against Daijiro Yoshihara, Turn 14 Distribution Falcon Tires. Turbocharged LS Subaru BRZ. Saw that awesome Ineos oil commercial with the sun in it. That's pretty rad. All right, here we go. Vaughn Gittin Jr. out front. Dyer Shire in the chase position. Whoa, look at that. Vaughn almost jumping on 2 wheels there as Daijiro in the chase. Into that second outer zone. Look at that, Dye right there. Look at Vaughn's car just thrashing, shredding parts. Dai Yoshihara hangs tough right there in the back of that Ford Mustang. A great battle there from these 2 OGs of the sport.
Well, Jared, you see how important the start is. Vaughn got that great jump. Camera comes off right at the onset, and then it forces Dye to kind of take this lower line. Fortunately for him, he's able to raise up the bank with Vaughn and then get back into competition here, where he's able to keep the pressure on as Vaughn's running a very nice line right here in that second outside zone. But this is really where Dye starts pouring on the pressure. Now, these guys are coming flying across that center section. Great job right there, hitting that outside touch and go. But Dye, once he got into this section of the course, really kept the pressure on. It was just at this beginning part here where Vaughn got such a great jump that he got out ahead. Dye had to play catch up real quick, and he made it look good. He got back into competition pretty quickly. But now the spotters will have to keep that in mind, what transpired there, and figure out what they need to do, as we now see Vaughn Gittin Jr. not coming up to the start line.
Yeah, I saw not only the camera fall off, saw some stuff spit out on that second outer zone. And Vaughn now pulling up to the line. Second half of this battle. Who's moving on to the Great 8? Here we are in the Ford Top 16. Dye initiates that LS turbocharged BRZ. Vaughn right there. Looks like he's exceeding the nose of Dye's car, but he has great proximity. Dai Yoshihara, very smooth with that transition. Gets into that outer zone. Woo-wee, tight to that front clip, through the whoops, and the power rally. Dai Yoshihara gets all the way out to that touch and go. Tight to that front clip. Whoa, and Vaughn overcooks it.
The contrasting sounds is fascinating. You pretty much mostly hear Vaughn in a little from Dye. It's pretty cool. All right, here's Dye's lead run here. Vaughn Gittin Jr. keeping it close here on initiation. Dye initiating just a little bit past that last standing point, but staying nice and high on the bank here. Vaughn keeping it tight. You can see him bouncing around a little bit as they get to this first inside clip. Now starting to get into that second outer zone. Dye's trying to reach those rear wheels as deep into that section as he can without going up on to the bank. Now through the center section here, a little bit of separation, and now we see the touch and go by Dye being hit. Vaughn comes up a little bit short there. He gets really tight on that line, and you can see it just pushes him up off course after the finish line.
All right, looks like we have the verdict. Slide him left for Dai Yoshihara, right for Vaughn Gittin Jr. Ryan says Dai Yoshihara. Andy says Dai Yoshihara. It's unanimous. Daijiro Yoshihara gets the victory. And Lantaine, a great battle here between these guys. It was unanimous for Dai Yoshihara. Your reasoning behind that?
Yeah, the lead run, Yoshihara did pretty much the same as Vaughn did on outside zone 1, outside zone 2. He had more angle at inside clip 2 and got deeper into the touch and go. Vaughn in the chase position went pretty much 3 wheels off right at the finish line. There might have been 2. He wasn't able to come through the touch and go as well either. So Dai Yoshihara just did a better job in the chase. The leads were, I think Dai did a slightly better job there as well. So overall, Dai gets the win.
All right, so Dai Yoshihara will go against his Falcon Tire teammate, Odi Bakshis. And look at this, we have an all Wordhouse Drift Team battle. James Dean, Peter Visick. These guys went against each other earlier this year, and James Dean got the victory over Peter Visick. Now, Peter did get a podium in Long Beach. James Dean has 2. And he is your defending champion. So James Dean will lead. James Dean will lead. He qualified 3rd compared to Visick's 14th. And here we go. Dean out front. Visick in the chase position. You can barely tell them apart outside of their colored roofs and the graphics a little bit here, but look at this. It's a twin dogfight here between these 2 teammates. Dean out front. Look at this. It's like mirror image of each other. Dean and Visick. Visick and Dean. Wow. Yeah, it's like Siamese twins, right? It's like these guys wearing the Hawaiian shirts all matching down there.
Yeah, it's a Twilight Zone. Here we go with James Dean out front. There's going to be a little bit of rubbing by Peter Visick up on the bank here. He's going to lose that left headlight, but incredible battle as both drivers come off the bank. Peter trying to get back on it now after that little contact up on top. Nice job by James out front, leaving that second outer zone. Great job on that inside clip, smooth transition back around. And Piotr's back on it now, keeping the pressure on. You can see the damage sustained. Mostly cosmetic. There it is right there. You can just see the front headlight pop out. But James stays in it. Great job there to keep the battle going. And now switching things up.
All right, so now looks like they didn't alternate positions. So as we get the course ready, it also allows time for the smoke to clear away and get a better sight at this very treacherous Wall Stadium bank. Here we go, second half of this battle. Visick now out front. Dean in that chase position. Whoa, James Dean. Whoa, buddy. Woo-wee. Oh, doctor, look at this. Visick and Dean. Visick with a little bit of correction there, going to that second outer zone. The Candyman in the machine. James Dean going after it. These guys having some carnage. Super Bash Brothers right now. Make some noise for the Wordhouse Drift Team. The Candyman and the Machine going at it. These guys playing bumper cars with their $250,000 race cars.
That was unbelievable by James Dean. Right there, huge angle, holds it, pushes forward. Now there is a mechanical, I think, with Peter's car. That's why he shuts it down here, or starts to shut it down. Starts having problems inside the second outer zone, and then right there you can pretty much tell he's having issues too much to overcome. But that was an unbelievable move and a great battle by these guys overall until that point.
The Candyman, and look at that, these guys hugging it out. Oh, that's adorable. Save it for the word house. Peter Visick, James Dean, slide him left for Peter Visick, the Candyman, slide him right for James Dean. And James Dean gets the win. James Dean advances on. Your defending champion. The machine takes out the Candyman. Oh, jeez. As your defending champion, James Dean, exit stage left. Yesterday was National Donut Day, so very fitting there. Laurette Nickel caught up with Odie Bakshi's.
Well, we saw two drivers before Odie go into the wall, and you saw that happen. So how do you make sure that that doesn't make you nervous?
Well, the first thing I do is I ask Amy, my spotter, hey, is there a pattern? You know, obviously if there's two crashes, kind of unlikely suspects too, Osbo going into the wall. I asked her if there's a pattern. She said no, but it still makes me scratch my head. Hey, is there a slippery spot on the bank, or is the temperature drop just doing something to the surface? So it felt fine when I went out though, so it's okay.
Okay, so what did you decide about the track?
I think it's mellow. Everything's okay. The conditions are very similar to how they were in practice, even though the temperature has dropped. Obviously, we have no breeze, so the visibility is really bad after first run, and it just lingers. So that's the biggest, problem out here.
Odie, thanks.
Thanks.
We're going to do some track cleanup and some maintenance here. We're just going to take a quick commercial break. We have one more battle left in the 16 to forge the 8. All right, so as we are getting prepared here for our final battle of the Grade 8, James Dean waits in the wings to see who's going to be going against either that of Christos Blush from Latvia or Ken Gushi from Japan, but also American. So Japanese-American, and Laurette Nickel is with the machine right now.
One of the things that is so endearing about James Dean is his love for the sport. And James, if you wouldn't mind, just show me that adrenaline that's running through his veins right now.
I'm trying my best to keep that steady.
I know you do. I know. He tries to keep it steady, but going up against Peter, your best friend, I mean, talk about that battle.
Honestly, before we went on track, and I was never so relaxed going into a battle. The two of us, we were just having fun, chilling out together, watching the rest of the battles. It felt like we were at just a fun practice day driving together. So we both knew that no matter what happened, one of us was going to move on. Very unfortunate for Peter in his lead run after chasing me very well. His car was overheating, and after he drifted the bank, the car went on to like a safety temperature cut, so he lost all power. But he never gives up. He tried to keep it going throughout the course. I tried to chase him, and it was a bit messy, but we managed to get the win mainly because Peter's car broke. So either way, it's great for Warthouse. The fans were unreal. We had a lot of fun doing it, and we're moving on.
James, thanks.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Laurette, and thank you, James Dean. Good luck to you in the Grade 8 battle. Again, we'll take a short commercial break as, again, our track maintenance. You got blowtorches down there. Looks like they're trying the thing out. And, again, the car overheated, as James Dean just talked about, so it kind of went to put some fluids out on the track. So when we come back, more Formula Drift action, our final battle of the top 16. All right, here we go. Ken Gushi down there on the start line. This is our final battle of 16. As the winner will go against James Dean. You can see Christos Blush and Ken Gushi. One battle before, and Blush getting the victory. Christos Blush, our most recent victor at our previous round of competition. Our podiums, Osbo, Forsberg, and Blush in that order. Who's going to come out on top? Still in it, Odie Bakshi's, who won here last year. So already in the Grade 8, we talked about it before one of our breaks there. Justin Pollock against Chris Forsberg, Forrest Wang versus Matt Field, Odie Bakshi's versus Daijiro Yoshihara, and James Dean versus one of these guys. The Blushi and the Gushi. Ken Gushi will lead. He qualified 11th, and Christos Blush qualifying a very low 27th. Here we go. Ken Gushi, Grady Performance, Toyota Racing. Falcon tire. 86, Christos Blush, HGK, Achilles tire, Eurofighter, BMW. Woo-wee! Wow, look at that, Gucci riding the wall, Christops, the neon carbon Kevlar shadow. Ken Gucci into the crease. Great angle from Gucci, Christops, whoa, buddy! Wow, Christos Blush getting to that outside zone, Ken Gucci tightening it up. Shredding some of that carbon Kevlar bits. Wow, make some noise for these two hot rods.
Well, Christops Blush was absolutely pushing extremely hard. And we'll want to see what happened in that last corner because he disappeared there. But from the start, keeping the pressure on Ken Gucci. Gucci wow. Nice and high on the bank. Very close there is Christops Blush. Now coming down off the bank through that inside clip. Attacking again is Christops. Getting right near that back bumper, falling off for a second, now closing it again. A little tap there by Blush. Now through this section of the course, you can see Blush is going to come wide here. Now he kind of is on the back bumper of Ken Gucci on the backside. And crazy run there, tons of smoke. Here he is coming out of outside zone 2. There's a little tap there. It looks like maybe just a wheel to door, or possibly not. Didn't see any rubber marks on there.
Sketch.
And then you can see Blush right here on that left rear of Ken Gucci. A piece falls off there, and he has to back off. But that bank was incredible, and it was an awesome lead run from Ken Gucci.
Yeah.
You can't have a chase like that if you don't have a solid lead. The judges definitely talking about this one. I want to know what they thought about this side of the course, meaning the last turn going into that inside clip and the finish line. But crazy battle.
Yeah, solid lead run there from Ken Gucci. Christos Blush. With a solid chase. Wow, we're getting a Larry chant going. Is this what happens? That's incredible. All right. It's going to his head. Look, his hat's growing. Yeah, jeez, dude. He's hunting speed, kids. Here we go, the second half of this battle. Christos Blush, Ken Gucci. Christops initiates. Oh. And it seems that there might have been contact from onset there, Ryan. So we're gonna have to look at that again, and basically, if that was a ding towards one direction or the other. But look at Gucci, right there. Woo-wee! Oh, doctor, look at this. Christos Blush, the Latvian lover. Throwing down out front, Ryan, so here,
Jeez.
My goodness.
Well, yeah, there is going to be some contact, and it's just going to be contact on initiation. Watch Ken Gucci right here. He's starting to reel up, and Christops dips down onto the line. So this one's going to get wonky,
This
I
could
think,
get hairy.
because Gucci, it looks like, was in his lane. That lane for Christops is designated for him to stay in the lane. So I'd love to go back and see that again. The lead driver does need to stay in that lane while they're initiating. The chase driver can drive side by side if they want to. They cannot go into the lane either. They can tuck behind, or they can stay side by side. Now Ken is, yeah, it almost looks like both of them are. One is going down, the other one's coming up. It's all gonna be about that. So the rest of the run really doesn't come into play until the second outside zone, where Gucci surges forward and starts really pouring on. But that contact there had such an impact on the beginning part. The judges are absolutely going to have to take a look at this and make a judgment call here. And you can clearly see Christops coming down. Gucci looks like he might be slowly veering up. Wow, crazy. What say you? You're stunned.
Yeah, it's just so. Remind myself and the fans: is Christops allowed to go below that line? Because I know Gucci isn't allowed to go, and basically he can initiate, but he needs to be behind Christops.
No, Gucci can be side by side, as close to side by side as he wants, and Christops needs to stay in his lane. He cannot dip down the lane. The choice for the chase driver is stay side by side, initiate side by side, or you can drop behind at any time.
In this situation, Gucci wanted to be side by side. He stayed below the lines, but in what happened here is Blush crossed the line. They ended up making wheel-to-wheel contact and knocked Ken basically off of his initiation. So this fault goes to Blush, but in the rule book, it's essentially a restart. So they're probably going to have to go and run that run again, which gives them both an opportunity to do this properly, and we're probably going to have to give them fresh tires as they went through the entire run. So it's going to be rerunning that second run, and hopefully Blush stays in his lane, and we'll let them try it again.
Cool.
I'm into that.
Yeah, I'm down.
I'm into that.
I was like nervous. I thought I don't want to piss off Blush. if you see the band, he's a scary individual. All right, so we are back, and Christos Blush is in that lead position because, again, if you can recall the Blush-Gucci battle, Christos Blush went outside of his lane, and that would normally be a restart, but even though they finished the entirety of that run, they are going to have a rerun. So Christos Blush will lead, Ken Gucci will give chase. The second half of this battle, the winner advancing on into the Grade 8. This is the final battle of top 16. The winner going against James Dean in the Grade 8. Strapping on the cameras for Formula Drift on CBS Sports Network. Check FormulaD.com for your local listings for both Formula Drift as well as Formula Drift Insider. It's a more in-depth perspective, even if you're here in the building, if you're watching the live stream, another perspective of the Formula Drift action. All right, so here we go. Christos Blush out front. And not breaking that lane. Here goes Christos Blush. High on the bank. Ken Gucci give himself a bit of distance here. Transitioning past that front clip. Christos punts it. Shallower line here from Ken Gucci. You can see that Eurofighter taking a hit. Continues on through the course. Christos rounds it around that final front clip. Christos and Gucci here on this battle.
Well, second half, and remember, we'll probably go back and take a look at the first one just for reference here. Gucci trying to get a good jump so he can stay with Christos. Christos nice and high on the bank. Gucci comes down. Inside clip here. You can see Christos taps it, then Gucci gets kind of held up there for a second. And then as they get to the exit of outside zone 2, Christos pulling ahead here. Hitting that outside touch and go. Gucci trying to close the door through this last turn. So I think the biggest thing there is coming off the bank into that first inside clip. You see Christos taps it pretty good. And then Gucci really nowhere to go as they come through that section. So love to see how the judges interpret that. That decel area really is after that inside clip and should be expected. But Christos did kind of center punch that. We'll see what kind of overall role that's going to play. Remember, we had that first run as well.
All right, the results are in. The results are in. Oh, goodness. Slide him left for Blush, slide him right for Ken Gucci. Ryan says, one more time. Andy and Brian say, Andy says Ken Gucci, and Brian says, one more time. All right, so there will be a one more time battle between these guys, Blush and Gucci, even with that delay. So Lorette Nickel caught up with the Beast from the Bay.
Matt Field's comfort level is growing in that Corvette. So Matt, let's talk about that.
It definitely is. You know, it's been not the easiest season, but that's expected. New car, new challenges, new everything. So it's finally starting to become normal. It was actually pretty funny. Before my run with Turek, it's funny you asked, because I sat in the car and I kind of like snapped into reality, and I was like, oh yeah, I'm in my Corvette. I wasn't thinking like, oh, I'm in my Corvette, like, oh, okay. I was just in my car. So it's finally kind of made the switch. I think coming out of Atlanta, walling it, getting that out of the way, she's not like a virgin baby anymore. She's a drift car.
Well, you are going against Forrest Wang, and you guys were sitting back here in the hot pits. How do you beat him?
I think we have a really fast but very smooth and drivable car. I think that's what's going to win it for me. It's not difficult to drive. I'm not shaky around the bank, and right now the judges are weighing heavily on your bank runs, and I think that's what won it for me in my battle with Ryan. So if I can just do the same thing with Forrest, we'll see if we come out on top.
Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Matt, and good luck to you, as well as thank you to Lorette Nickel. As I'm not seeing cars ready, we understand that Chris Forsberg and his vehicle is ready, as Forsberg will be going against JTP, Justin Pollock. You see Christos Blush and his HGK team thrashing on their vehicle, throwing on some new Achilles tires, and we'll see him back out here. That carbon Kevlar car, man, he is putting that thing through the paces. All right, so we'll see who we're going to see next here on Head to Head when we return here to Advanced Auto Parts Gauntlet presented by Black Magic. All right, welcome back to a packed house here at Wall Stadium Speedway, as Ken Gucci is on the starting line. He will lead in this one more time battle, and Christos Blush enters the gauntlet as his Eurofighter has taken a licking and keeps on ticking. This is his second one more time. Not just against Ken Gucci. Again, we had that second half of that battle, but basically he did 1.5 battle already. He's doing it one more time because he did have that run with Gucci in tow, but that was a restart. And then he had the one more time battle against Michael Essa in top 32. So Blush, a lot of track time here for the Latvian driver. Ken Gucci back at it once again. Back at it again with the white 86 as the gritty performance. Toyota Racing, Toyota 86 on Falcon tires. And sending cars. Christos Blush chasing him down. Achilles tires. HGK, Motul, Wisefab. Eurofighter, BMW, the Mass Motorsports engine under the hood. Here we go. 2JZ banging away. Gucci locks him up, throws it in. There goes Gucci. Christos right there. Looks like a little wheel tap there. Christos has to back off. Looks like they went rubber to rubber there on the bank. Woo-wee! Holy cow! Christos Blush. He is sweating Ken Gucci. Are you kidding me? Ryan.
Well, incredible chase run from Christos Blush, except for this one little segment. Look at how quick he snapped into that. Gucci's nice and high in the bank, and then right there, wheel-to-wheel contact, and Christos has to pull out of drift there. And he gets right back on it. You can see the tremendous grip and speed of this vehicle. Again, door to door. I mean, this is pretty much as close as we're going to see from two competitors in that section of the course. Absolutely on fire is Christos. Right here he comes up and he loses a little bit of angle there as well. And that mistake could potentially cost him. Here it is, slow down and watch. You're going to see Gucci, and they touch wheel to wheel. Christos loses drift there. You can see his wheels, he actually goes opposite drift. That could have even been an incomplete. I don't know how the judges are going to look at that, but you can see the wheels go in the opposite direction that they should have been. And he could have, if he peeled back the aggressiveness by like 7.7%,
right,
and that didn't happen, that's one of the best chase runs we've seen all afternoon.
Yeah,
but that one little,
that one tread, that one tread wear. If he had one more couple rotations around on both Ken and Christos, they wouldn't have bashed tires. Achilles to Falcon. All right, the smoke lingers. Smoke lingers like cranberries. As you can see Christos Blush through the thick smoke. Fixing the cameras. Again, this is our final battle of top 16. Are we going to get a victor? James Dean waits. After this will be our first battle of the grade 8. Justin Pollock, who is our #1 qualifier, taking out Honordale. He'll be going against Chris Forsberg, and we are clear to send. Christos leading. Gucci in the chase. Come on, fellas. Are we going to get a winner? Christos gets into the dirt on initiation. Great angle there from Christos. Not as high as Gucci was. Big angle from Christos. Whoa, Gucci times it. potentially on purpose, but it seemed like just almost like just by the hair of his Toyota 86 bumper. Oh, and Kristaps rotates. And they go out in a blaze of glory. A hard-fought battle. Make some noise for these two gladiators.
Well, Jared, things were getting interesting there coming off the bank into inside clip number 1. Had Kristaps not spun, leaving the power alley. You can see Kristaps blasting out, creating that gap. Watch Gucci in the chase here. Pretty much on the inside of that clip. Hits it pretty good there. And if you go back to run number 1, and now are you talking about equivalent mistakes? Kristaps have an incomplete, but right here, Kristaps not able to hold the angle. And I know some people, you see Gucci's front brakes lock up on the bank. This is the previous run. And we all know that drivers are left foot braking. What the judges are looking for is whether or not the momentum moving forward was problematic. And in this case, you can clearly see, at least from my perspective, that Kristaps was coming up pretty fast there. But the spin is ultimately going to be the big issue, I think. So here we go.
All right, slide him left for Blush, right for Gucci. Ryan, Andy, and Brian say Ken Gucci gets the win. Ken Gucci gets the win and advances on.
Wow, you know, I mean, the takeaway from that battle is that Kristaps Blush is one of the guys we need to watch very closely the rest of the season, because when he is on point, I just don't see a lot of people having better, more aggressive chases than that. That one little mistake is what cost him, but I mean, his performance that we saw on Road Atlanta and what we're seeing from him here today, his team making adjustments, that car and that driver combination is just nasty.
I would totally agree, and there's a fine line between sensational and disastrous when it comes to Kristaps Blush, and it seems that he, you know, sometimes he gets away with it, and sometimes he has to pay off and pay up, and seems that that's happened a few times, but it all worked out for him. It all got in line. The stars aligned for him in Atlanta, and I'm sure it'll happen again. But right now, it's Ken Gucci's day. He advances on into the Grade 8. Here's our first battle of the Grade 8. Again, Justin Pollock, JTP, versus Chris the Force Forsberg. Getting the cameras ready. We're in the NOS Energy Drink Grade 8. Run 1, hashtag FDNJ, hashtag FD100, as this is the 100th run ever of Formula Drift. Chris Forsberg around since day 1, 2004. Justin Pollock just a few years after that. Here we go. JTP, our #1 qualifier at Falcon Tires Roush Performance. Ford Mustang throws it in. High on the bank goes JTP. Justin Pollock using all of that bank, transitions into that second outer zone. Pollock gets into the crease. Forsberg right there. Pollock really tight to that front clip. Pollock gets out to that touch and go. And look at that. Forsberg with a big correction there. Let's take a look at this again.
Watch the initiation here from Forsberg. It doesn't look like he gets the best start. You can see he initiates way after the start line, or the last standing point where you can initiate. But then he is unbelievable. Watch this crossover here. Boom. Does that right there without making any contact. Gets right in the pocket here with JTP. Now this is a solid lead run from Justin out front. No major mistakes here. Watch as Justin comes through the power alley. He's going to shoot out way wide here. This is a way wide line. We don't see that. I have to imagine the judges are going to take that into consideration, because that was a really unorthodox line. And if you're Chris, you're expecting, you need to follow the lead driver like a moving clipping point, but really he has nowhere to go here as JTP is going very wide.
Ryan heading over there, conversing with the judges, seeing what's going on. So the judges digest that run. We'll now switch it up. Here's the second half of this battle. Forsberg now out front. Justin Pollock in the chase position. Talk about jump. Chris Forsberg out of the gate. Not as much angle as we've seen from him in previous runs. Talked about that crank sensor earlier. Hopefully there's no gremlins underneath his hood. And Justin Pollock, wow, drops right in. Into that second outer zone. Forsberg, past that front clip. Gets to the outer zone, now tightens it up to the front clip. Makes some noise for Pollock and Forsberg.
Well, Jared, you know, that first run is going to be such an important part of this overall, depending on how the judges interpret what happened there. We had Forsberg with that late initiation, and then we had that incident in the corner. But here's the second run with Forsberg in the lead. He gets a great jump. But then you can see Justin Pollock trying to get close to him here on the inside. Big angle here by JTP in the chase position. You can see Chris was a little bit closer in this section of the course. As JTP comes through this center section now, you can see he does a great job following the line that Chris is using through that last inside clip. And then we get a tiny bit of separation here. You notice Chris's car has been really quick the past few rounds. He's really made some incredible adjustments since Orlando. And now we've got both runs in the books. Let's see what the judges think.
All right, judges deliberating on this battle, the first one of the grade 8. And let's go to the judges. Slide him left for Forsberg, right for Pollock. Ryan says, one more time. Brian says Justin Pollock, and Andy says, one more time. Ryan, you and Andy sided with the one more time. Your reasoning?
Just a lot of mistakes for both drivers. Chris Forsberg's very, very late initiation. He was past the wet initiation point in the chase position. And then the error that Justin made in the lead position went really wide after the touch and go, and then Chris straightened. It was a lot of tit-for-tat errors that shouldn't be made, especially at this point of the competition here with this level of drivers. You know, we should be having cleaner runs than this. And we just want to see them fight for who's doing the better job, not who does the least amount of mistakes. So we're going to have them go one more time and have them clean it up.
Well said. Thank you very much. All right, so that's a one more time battle for JTP and Chris Forsberg. And now we advance on to the second battle of the grade 8, Matt Field versus Forrest Wang. You can see they've gone against each other 4 times before. Matt Field winning 3 of those 4. Matt Field will lead as he qualified 5th compared to Forrest Wang, who qualified 13th. Matt Field in the Falcon tire. Wish Corvette, Borla exhaust, Heatwave visual, Vape Tasia on the side, and the vape of Forrest Wang. Matt Field initiates, talking about how fast his vehicle is on the bank, and here comes Forrest Wang. Really gaining a lot of ground there is Forrest Wang into that second outer zone. Forrest Wang lunges forward. And through that power alley goes Field and Wang. And around that final clip. Woo! Again, Forrest Wang getting some grip, utilizing those Achilles and lunging forward.
And here we go back, the replay, both drivers initiating in tandem. Matt Field, great job staying nice and high on the bank, but Forrest matching it there. Now coming down off the bank, inside clip by Matt Field, great angle there. Forrest tucks up on the inside, trying to close the door, falls back for a second, gets a little bit more grip, moves up to that bumper. Then you can see pulling a little tiny angle out of the car, coming through that section of the course. Now we see Matt Field wrapping around this last turn as Forrest gets that proximity back. So a good back and forth battle here between these two competitors who've had a solid day making their way into the grade 8.
There is a lot of smoke coming off of these two vehicles between the Falcon tire breed and the Achilles tire breed of tire. Now the Achilles will be thrown in the face of Matt Field. That Vaptasia Energy Innovations Achilles tire Sylvia. Looks like the Super Doof 2F Performance body kit knocked off now after that tussle with Frederick Osbo. So imagine what that car has seen today. That battle with Frederick Osbo and Forrest Wang coming out on top. Looks like the course is clear. This is the second half of this battle. Are we going to get a victor here? And here we go. Send it, fellas. Forrest Wang. Matt Field. Both of them initiating at the same time. Forrest Wang throwing some more angle at it. Nice gangster angle there from Forrest Wang. Oh, and Field goes into the side of Forrest Wang. And you can see that front right is not going the correct direction. Forrest Wang seeming to finish out. Seem to finish out the rest of this run. Ryan, let's take a look at this again here.
Well, Jared, obviously the collision is what's going to be scrutinized the most. Field and Wang do a great job initiating together. Field tucks up behind, very close here. Now coming down off the bank into this inside clip. This is where we see the collision happen. It's all going to come down to the fault. That's pretty much what we know. We know the judges are asking the drivers to drive with consistent momentum through that inside clip, not slow down. The area of slowdown is actually before the entrance to the second outer zone is the decel area as described on the decel map. So that is what we're going to be looking at. Here it is again, judges scrutinizing it. Field not giving an inch as he comes through the smoke line. There's the contact. You can see the right front wheel brakes. The suspension there can no longer continue.
And Ryan, as we take a look here, this is the Excel decel map. So accelerate outside in what's acceptable in the decel areas is right there on initiation. Outside zone 2 going in, and then into Ryan. If you want to elaborate maybe a little bit on this.
You can see there inside clip 1, there isn't a slowdown area at that point, but we have to look at what the lead driver's doing, what the chase driver's doing. It's balancing that. There was a handbrake pull from Forrest Wang in that area, which is not really what we're looking for. It should be an on-throttle area where you're maintaining your pace and momentum through there. So looking at what he did there, he did grab the handbrake. There was a definite break in smoke. So we're going to have to look at what Matt was doing in the chase position as well. I know that you could see the brake lights from him as he was, from the rear view that we had from the camera. So it's just analyzing that and figuring out who's at fault. So that's what we're doing right now.
All right, so let's go to the judges. As you can see, Matt Field working on his vehicle and getting it straightened out. Let's go to the judges. Forrest Wang, slide him left for Wang, right for Matt Field, Ryan, Andy, and Brian. Ryan says Matt Field. Andy says one more time, and Brian says Matt Field gets the win. Matt Field gets the win. Ryan, you sided with Matt Field, and Ryan, put your headset on there, buddy.
Yeah. That is an area where you're not supposed to slow down. We put a lot of responsibility on the lead driver because the chase driver, we are telling them to be close everywhere throughout the track. The reason we make the decel map is so that chase drivers can confidently be close throughout the entire course and know where to expect a slowdown. That's how we have close tandem battles. And in this situation, Forrest slowed down in an area where he's not supposed to. Matt Field is right behind him, expecting him to at least maintain momentum and not slow. So in that situation, Matt Field can't be held responsible for doing what he's supposed to do, which is stay close. Now, Forrest, this occurred in 2016 as well in the same spot, and Forrest was doing really well today. It might just be an error that occurred where he needed to grab the handbrake to get around that clip, but it caused the chase driver to make contact with him. And again, we can't hold the chase driver at fault for doing what they're supposed to do in this situation. And this sort of worked to Forrest's advantage earlier when Osbo slowed down ahead of him in an area that he wasn't supposed to slow in, and the fault went to Osbo for that. So we're just being consistent with what we're saying with the slowdown, the decel maps, and in this case, it sort of worked against Forrest because he didn't do what he was supposed to do.
Thank you very much, Ryan, and we'll get Matt Field's vehicle off course here. And I believe we might be going back to the one more time, but right now Matt Field waits in the wings. He advances on, but him and his team have some work to do on that Falcon Tires Wish Corvette. All right, Laurent Nickel caught up with the Goosh, the OG, original Gooshy.
Ken Gucci takes the win. Man, what a battle that was. How's your energy level?
Well, the first couple of runs were just, I was like calm, chill. I was like, okay, let's do this one battle at a time. 4 more battles to the finals. And then once he hit me on the straight, on the second, when I was chasing, that's when I just completely lost it. I don't even know where we are right now, but here we are moving on to the grade 8. It was a close battle with Chris Steffs. Unfortunately, he made the mistake in his lead on the one more time, so that gave us the win.
Ken, thanks.
Thank you.
Congratulations to you, Ken, advancing on.
Can't seem to have a normal event in New Jersey, can we? Last year was I think a 3.5 hour top 16.
Yeah, it was a long one.
Went into the night with the lights.
Justin Pollock making his way into the burnout box, and we'll revisit the one more time of Forsberg and Justin Pollock. A short, brief message, and we'll be right back. Justin Pollock chilling there in the chute. Falcon Tires, Roush Performance, Ford Mustang. Lucas Oil running through the veins. Ford Star wheels on the corners, wrapped again in that Falcon tire. He is our #1 qualifier. He's going against a longtime competitor of his, Chris Forsberg. This is the one more time battle. As Chris will make his way to that chase position. If you can recall, Lantagne conversing about and elaborating on just the mistakes, a lot of mistakes as we advance on through the bracket. When you're in the grade 8, we're not looking for, who made the least amount of mistakes. We want to say who has that X factor, who has what it takes to get on top of the podium. So don't leave in the judges' hands. Let's put on a show, and let's see some phenomenal driving. So Matt Field will go against the winner of this battle in the Final Four. Remember, JTP qualified #1, Matt Field qualified 5th. So if JTP advances on into the Final Four, he's guaranteed a podium, which we haven't seen him on the box this year. And here we go. The one more time battle of JTP, Justin Pollock and Chris Forsberg. JTP initiates. And a late initiation there from Forsberg. Justin Pollock dragging Bumper up on the wall. And Forsberg transitions into that second outer zone. Justin Pollock, great degree of angle. Forsberg not mimicking the angle. Seems to struggle a little bit here as Justin Pollock, a wide swing out to that touch and go, gets it. And both of them get that front clip. But Ryan, once again, I saw you kind of throw your hands up. A late initiation there by Forsberg on the jump.
Huge opportunity here for Justin Pollock to get his first podium of the year, given the #1 qualification. But look at Forsberg. He tries to initiate, he can't, and then he initiates actually way past that last standing marker. That's the second time we've seen that. You have to wonder what's going on there. But Justin out front, you can see doing a great job filling the second outside zone. Chris really keeping the pressure on. Loses a little bit of angle here through that first inside clip, has to back off. And now you can see Justin Pollock making a much better correction this time around. He still had that wide sweeping turn, but he didn't get out as far, didn't pinch off Chris, and was able to get back and hit that inside clip really well. Now watch Chris again here. He tries to initiate, he doesn't. He's probably 35, 40 feet past before you see smoke pop up and he gets into initiation. So that's a big mistake there for Chris. He's going to have to rectify that here in his lead position. And now we'll see Justin Pollock, what he can do in the chase.
All right, Forsberg will now lead. Justin Pollock giving chase. Little wind kicks up here, clears out the smoke. Who's going against Field in the Final Four? All right, we are getting word. Clear to send. Second half of this battle. Are we going to get a clear-cut winner? Like you said, those mistakes, Ryan, they add up. As Forsberg, oh, we got a restart there. Could see the light flashing there. That will be a restart for Forsberg. All right, so we are finding out what's going on here, and kind of a wacky scenario. Chris's car is having, I think he started off the line and then stalled. So
yeah, the dispute that's going on here. Go ahead, Ryan.
Essentially what happened is Chris's car stalled at the start line. The restart light was thrown because the start line person didn't really know what to do in that situation. So it's not a restart, it's a stall on Chris, which is essentially his run at that point forfeited because his car turned off.
And let's make it official. The judges, again, just a real head scratcher here, as Forsberg, as you said, had mechanical issues, but that right there really threw things off. So there it is. Justin Pollock gets the win. JTP, Justin Pollock gets the win. A wacky turn of events, super awkward, and that's just how these Jersey events sometimes go.
All right, here we go. Odi Bakchis at the light. Sans bumper, Daijiro Yoshihara coming up to the line. Number 2 and number 10 driver qualify respectively between those two. We just saw Justin Pollock advance on into the Final Four with that number 1 qualification. That means he is guaranteed a podium. He's got Matt Field. And now we see Odi Bakchis and Daijiro Yoshihara on the other side of the bracket. And then Jared, James Dean, and Ken Gushi. So it's gotten a little crazy out here in New Jersey, but that's the way we like it. Just want to keep it flowing.
Don't know if you see a trend here. All Falcon. That is all Falcon that's left out there. You got JTP at field. They're already in the 4. You got Odi Bakchis, Daioshihara, James Dean, and Ken Gushi. That is all Falcon, teal, and blue. And there's only Falcon spotters up in the spotter stand. So all you Falcon nerds over here. All right, so here we go with this next battle. Odi Bakchis, he won here last year. Crossed the finish line, we had the podium, and it started raining. That very well might happen. Frogs might fall from the sky next. Here we go. Odi Bakchis out front. Daioshihara in the chase position. Whoa! Dive! Lunges forward. Odi Bakchis. Not phased. Ready. As Odi gets in that second outer zone, Daioshihara, you see him drop into formation. Has to come back a little bit. Pass and into that final touch and go in the front flip. All right, so it's kind of a ping pong match there, back and forth. It's definitely going to come down to the second half of this battle.
Leaving the line, you can see Daijiro Yoshihara opts for that nose to tail initiation, gets right up on the inside here, but Odi Bakchis up top, great line there. Good angle on that inside clip, just nicks it there, but then right into that second outer zone. Good battle here so far. About a car length distance as Dai tries to close the door coming through this center section. Now Odi Bakchis out to that touch and go on that third hash mark. And then right there through the finish line, like you said, Jared, tit for tat. Good battle here. Odi coming through this last section of the course here. Little bit less angle than you'd like to see through the finish line, but should be okay there for a completion.
Okay, so Dai, wow, Falcon tire smoke all around this facility. And that flag is dead calm, lying on the pole. Looking like a scene from Walking Dead here, dead tires, as Daioshihara will lead. And Odi Bakchis, as we keep reminding you, won here last year. Looks like Odi gets a little bit of a jump. Is that too much? Pacing himself. We'll see if that pays off. Whoa, boy, Daioshihara right there, but look at Odi Bakchis. Solid chase run there. Allowed him just a little bit of room to scooch by. And Daioshihara gets into the pocket. And Odi transition into that touch and go. And Daijiro rotates. Daijiro rotates around, and it didn't look like there was contact, Ryan. Looks like it was under Dai's own mistake.
Well, you can see it was kind of a slow roll initiation for Dai, a little bit past that marker there. And Odie gets right in there, keeps the pressure on. Good transition with Daijiro Yoshihara. Dai starts off in that zone, not as deep as you'd like to see him. And then he gets right into that first inside clip. But watch a big angle here. You could actually see, he could tell that he was angling up. He was not able to hold it, get out to that touch and go. Here it is from the first inside clip. Incredible job in tandem, mirroring each other here. And looks like Dai just pushed a little bit too hard.
All right, let's go ahead and slide him right for Odie Bakshis. Make some noise for Dai Yoshihara and Odie Bakshis, your victor. Can he go back-to-back here in New Jersey? 3 drivers in, 1 more to join him. All right, so Lorette Nickel caught up with Forrest Wang in the pits.
Well, the fans at home are talking about there's quite a few similarities between Matt Fields and your battle today and your battle and Chris Forsberg's from 2 years ago. The look of frustration is pretty obvious on your face. So what are you thinking right now?
Yeah, I mean, it's real frustrating for me. Basically, I did the same thing that I do every run. The car did bite up a little bit more than I would have hoped, but the whole Forsberg thing was a lot more drastic. You know, I threw like almost 90-degree angle, which could be, you know, controversial, a lot more controversial than this. This, I feel like, was a fine line between slowing down too much and not. But, you know, that's the judges, so, you know, we'll put that in their hands, and we'll be back for Monroe.
And what's your take on that?
Like I said, it's a fine line. It could go either way. Like, the car slowed a little bit, but like I said, that's just the car and that's driving. So I mean, I don't know if that's how they see it, then that's how they see it. So I respect that.
Thanks, Forrest.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Right on. Thank you, Forrest, for your words. And yeah, we'll see you in Monroe. See you in the Battle of Seattle. And as you can see, Odie's team back there, and they continue their success. Odie Bakshis qualified 2nd. So basically, we are waiting to see where these guys land. So Matt Field already in the Final 4. He's going against JTP, who qualified number 1. So you got the number 1, number 2, number 5. And now who's going to join him? James Dean or Ken Gushi? Ken Gushi qualified 11th. This is the final battle of the Great 8 to forge the Final 4. And you can see Odie there in his pit. All right, so there you can see a little housekeeping here on that start line. James Dean on the start. James Dean has 2 wins over Ken Gushi, 0, going against each other. James Dean waits. You can see off in the distance Ken Gushi and his Toyota 86 warming up his Falcon tires. Like I said, all Falcon. It's going to be an all Falcon final. That's already. So here we go. Be another Falcon tire podium sweep here in Jersey. Dean will lead. Gushi giving chase. The winner going against Odie Bakshis. Justin Pollock trying to make it a perfect event. Qualifying number 1, having a bye run, going through Alec Conardale, then going through Chris Forsberg. He's going against Field. Speaking of Field, Field taking out Jeff Jones earlier today. Then Field taking out Ryan Turk, going through Forrest Wang, literally and figuratively. And now Field and JTP on that side of the Final 4. Odie preps the car for battle to go against one of these gentlemen. Our next round of competition, Monroe, Washington. Next, actually just later this month. Oh no, yeah, next month, sorry. Here we go. James Dean, a huge Grand Canyon gap here as James Dean sticks it to the wall. That warehouse 15 Falcon tire Sylvia S15. Just a dominant performance here. Ken Gushi tries to gain that ground. He does, but has to compromise quite a bit of ground and angle. And into that final clip goes Dean and Gushi.
Well, again, Jared, the start. Even with this short run-up, we see how important it is to get grip off the line. And you can see that Ken was just not able to hold pace there with James. And if you're not in the fight, it's really hard to sway the judges here. Ken is not going to really be in the mix until right here, where he takes his shallower line, close the door on James. But now we're more than halfway through this run. And then right here through this last section of the course, you can see Ken has got the car there to maintain the pace, but just did not get the good jump out of the gate.
Ton of smoke here. See Dean and Gushi just leaving a bunch of evidence here on track. Nice. As soon as I say that, little breeze blows through. And not only did James Dean rip off the line, but lost a camera as well. All right, Gushi. Gushi leading. James Dean giving chase. The defending champion going against the veteran that is Ken Gushi. Gushi. Big gangster initiation. James Dean noses in. Whoa! Wow! Ken Gushi brings it into that crease. Cannot shake James Dean. Whoa, look at Gushi throwing some more gangster angle at him. Through the power alley into that touch and go. Both of them bringing it in and bringing it on home. James Dean just nudging over that final front clip. The machine, like I said, he had the proximity. He didn't, I wouldn't say he mimicked the angle that Gushi had on the bank. It was impressive, but definitely in that second outer zone, he brought it home.
Well, look at how Gushi enters very high up on the bank. He stays up there for the most part, but Dean is right with him. He's not letting him get away. He had a little bit less angle there, but it was very impressive what he was doing, keeping that close of proximity. Gushi could have been a little bit deeper into this second outer zone. You can see that allows James to continue attacking here. Now as we get across to this last section of the course, getting out to that outside touch and go, James right here puts his nose in one more time and keeps the pressure on. And I have to imagine it's really going to come down to that first run.
Slide him left for Gushi, right for James Dean. And our judges say James Dean gets the win. James Dean gets the win and advances on. We saw James Dean on the podium in Orlando. Can we see him again? He is our defending champion. This is going to shake things up if he advances further, with Chris Forsberg going out in the 8. Dean advances in the 4, and then Osbo going out in the 16. So our final 4 is set. Justin Pollock is going against Matt Field, and then on the other side of the bracket, James Dean is going against the driver that is with Lorette Nickel, Odi Bakshis.
Odi, I heard you talk to your team and you said, I think everything's okay. What do you mean by that?
Well, I know the front got knocked out of alignment because we collided with Dayoshihara. I want to make sure the rear is okay too, because it felt like it was just, you know, a very flat contact to his car. So I think everything's all right. Got to make some adjustments, adjust the front end, get it back square so we could go out and battle again.
Odi, thanks.
Thank you.
All right, good luck to Odi as they are wrenching on it and getting it prepped and ready. And our next drivers to be are in the final 4. When we come back, we'll see JTP and Matt Field, our first battle of the final 4. Go and stretch it out. We'll be right back here at the Advanced Auto Parts Gauntlet presented by Black Magic. Thank you, guys. How you doing out there in New Jersey? Yeah, some phenomenal driving, some fierce battles, and of course we are seeing some carnage there on the wall. All right, so here is our first battle of the final 4. JTP, Justin Pollock, Striving to make this a perfect event. #1 qualifier. Going against Matt Field. He just got into a tussle with Forrest Wang. So Justin Pollock, Matt Field, first battle of the Final Four. The way these guys have been driving, too, very aggressive, just throw it in hard. Wreckers or checkers at this point for these guys. Like I said, Justin Pollock guaranteed a podium. If he loses, he'll get 3rd place. If he wins, he obviously is going for the win here in New Jersey. 3rd place is dictated by qualifying position. Justin Pollock, #1 qualifier. Nobody better than him here this weekend as far as qualifying. Will Matt Field try to put a stop to it? About to find out. Neither of these guys having a podium. If Matt Field gets a podium, gets the win, he's guaranteed a podium, and that would be the first time he would take this car on its freshman season to the top, or at least to a podium spot. And we are clear to send. No, we are not. There is somebody in the passenger side of Matt Field's car. That'd be a little dangerous. Here we go, Justin Pollock. It's buffering now, and we are fully loaded. Justin Pollock initiates. All aboard the Falcon train. Justin Pollock, Matt Field, All-American battle. Kalamazoo, Michigan versus San Jose, California. Mustang versus Vet. Oh, Doctor, make some noise for these guys. Justin Pollock, a wide swing after that touch and go. Now tighten it up to that front clip. Woo-wee! Woo!
You said it there, Jared. We finally got a woo. Here we go. Justin Pollock, Matt Field, getting to that initiation together. Look at JTP right up against the wall. Incredible wall ride there through this first inside clip. Matt a little bit tiny on the inside. Justin Pollock getting into that area of that second outer zone, right where you want to be. But Matt Field sticking with him here. Now Justin Pollock comes into this outside touch and go. Again, he goes a little bit wide here, and he kind of has to straight drive. He keeps angling the car, but the line was not as smooth. And Matt Field got a little pinched up there, but overall, tremendous run by both drivers. Great job by JTP on that bank. And Matt Field kept the pressure on, which means he'll switch things up here. Field goes to the lead. JTP in the chase position.
Very exciting battle there from these two gentlemen. Like I said, an all-American battle, the Vet versus the Mustang. Both these guys American, red, white, and blue. Justin Pollock from Kalamazoo, Michigan, now living in Southern California, and hence the name Beast of the Bay from San Jose. Here we go, all Falcon tire. Who's gonna get the win? Who's going to the finals? Matt Field throws it in. Justin Pollock right there. Justin Pollock gives himself a little bit of room, hits the brakes, taps him. It's not going to work out. Matt Field right there in the crease. Now Justin letting his presence be felt. Transition through the power alley. Both these guys have it. Out to that touch and go. Goes Field. And there's Pollock. Almost identical. Make some noise. Ryan, this is why these guys are in the Final Four.
Yeah, they've been consistent all weekend long. We got that #1 qualification from Justin and the great tandem battles. Here we go. Matt Field, excellent job on the bank. JTP eyeing him up, coming through this first inside clip. Fire coming out of Matt Field's car. He's back on the throttle in that second outer zone. JTP closing the door here, trying to get inch by inch closer to the rear door or the side of Matt Field. Now through this last section here, Justin sees an opening as Matt Field swings wide, hits that third line on that last inside clip, and a great battle here between these two competitors.
Let's go to the judges. Slide him left for Field, slide him right for Justin Pollock. Ryan says one more time. Andy says Justin Pollock. And Brian says one more time. Look at the power you guys have. You guys have so much power, bro. So much power. All right, so we can see Odie Bakshi's there, minus the bumper. All right, so they will go one more time, JTP and Matt Field, but right now, Odie Bakshi's and James Dean. You can see these guys having 2 battles against each other. James Dean, undefeated against Odie Bakshi's, but Odie Bakshi's has the win here last year. James Dean, we saw him go against his Wirthouse Drift Team teammate, and that was one heck of a battle here this weekend. It's almost like a demo, like a Wirthouse Drift Team demo that they got to just thrash around. So Bakshi's will lead, qualified second, so just outside that perfect event. All right, so here we go. Odie Bakshi's, James Dean, the second half of this final 4. Odie, initiate, James Dean, whoa, James Dean. Wow, look at that. Not many drivers would react the way that James Dean did there. That could have gone south real quick. James Dean gets thrown off his line, but now it's to the door. The spatial awareness is unreal. Woo-wee. It's like James Dean has whiskers on his car. He's like a cat. He falls on his feet and then just has that awareness where he just like backs off a little bit.
Let's take a look at what happens here. You can see Dean gets a little held up there, but he's able to make it look pretty good after that. Gets right up in the pocket with the Odie Bakshi's. Does hit that inside clip. You can see he has a little bit of a flip here trying to manage the speed, but then he starts pouring it on. Meanwhile, Odie's out front, leaves that second outer zone extremely well. Dean keeping the pressure on, wrapping through this outside touch and go. Dean again attacking on the inside here with Odie, creating a great line for Dean to follow. Here it is coming out of outside zone 2. And again, just look at that. Wow, unbelievable.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, you want to play? You want to play?
Dude, like I said, he has like whiskers where it's just he walks through a door and like he knows he's right there and okay, just back off. Like it just enough. So James Dean will now lead. Odie Bakshi's will give chase. Just some incredible driving going down here today and this evening. Here we go. James Dean, Odie Bakshi's. Second half of this battle. Who's going to the finals? Dean or Bakshi's? Dean riding the wall. Bakshi's transitions down. Punts and explodes that black magic front clip. James Dean gets into the crease. James Dean a little bit of wavering there. Surprisingly, very unlike Dean. All the way off that touch and go, now bringing it back in, tight to that front clip. Just an unreal job from both these guys. Round of applause, New Jersey and around the world.
Wow. Very exciting to watch, initiating together. Both drivers getting a good jump out of the gate. Dean, excellent job on the bank. Odie keeping it pretty close, trying to match that proximity that Dean had in his run. And there he is. He starts to attack on the outside of outer zone 2. Now leaving outer zone 2, you can see Odie right here through the smoke line. Tries to get on the inside here without losing the line. Does a pretty good job there as Dean wraps around that last inside clip and giving Odie a great lead run to chase. You can see a little bit less angle there from Odie. Maybe a little bit less proximity as well, comparing James Dean's chase and just in that section of the course.
Look at the grinding on the Max Oil logo on the other side right there of Odie's car. Like R. Kelly says, I don't see nothing wrong with a little bump and grind, you know what I mean? As long as it doesn't get weird. Do we have a victor? What do you guys think? Is it James Dean or Odie Bakshi's? It's all across the board. Slide them left for James Dean, right for Odie Bakshis, or stay in the middle and flash if you want to see him go OMT. Ryan says one more time. Andy and Brian.
We're never going home.
I mean, I don't have anything else to do. You know what I mean? Like,
we're never going home.
My kids won't see me tomorrow. You know, we can just stay here. All right, welcome back. You can see there James Dean chilling, crushing some liquids, and he will be seeing action here once again against Odie. Again, the OMT. But now I'm seeing Justin Pollock on the start line. And there comes Matt Field, the beast from the Bay. We are in the Permatex top 4. Both these guys, we're just tuning in. One more times on either side of the Final 4 bracket. Justin will lead. Matt Field will give chase. You're right, I haven't said send it yet, man. Can you say send it? All right, well, just because, what's your name? Oh, Matt, oh my gosh, I haven't even recognized you. Matt, what's up, buddy? Gosh, I didn't we'll get it, turkey leg. We'll get there, turkey leg. I didn't even recognize Matt. All right, are you ready to send it, New Jersey? You've seen some awesome battles, so you guys need to send it once on 3. Thank you, Matt. 1, 2, 3, send it! There we go. There you go, turkey leg. Justin Pollock initiates. Oh, buddy. Woo-wee. Matt Field. And look at that, Matt Field getting close proximity to JTP. Gets right there in that crease. Oh, man, look at that. Nice job by JTP. Oh, wow. Really coming unsprung there, Justin Pollock. And across the finish line, solid job from these two All-American muscles, man.
Another great battle here as now we're starting to see what it looks like under the lights. Justin Pollock again, great initiation there, stays nice and high on the bank. Matt Field starting to chase him down now as he was pretty tight on the bank, trying to keep that consistent on the inside here. Little bit less of a line going into outside zone 2, but now looking really strong as Field. Justin out front once again, hits that outside touch and go. Great job there by JTP. A solid overall lead run with Matt Field playing his role as well in the chase position, surging forward here, keeping it tight on the bank. Great job by Matt, almost mirroring the angle at one point and the line, exactly what you're supposed to be doing as a chase driver. And a great battle by both these competitors so far.
All right, Permatex top 4. As now Matt will lead. Field will lead. And Pollock will give chase. See the second half of this battle. Who's coming out on top? Are they going one more time again? Come on, guys. Let's put a bow on it. Matt Field, a big gap there between Field and Pollock. Both these guys very smooth to the flat bottom. Into the fold goes Field. Pollock right there. Knocking over. Oh, firing off is Field. And Pollock, oh my goodness. Woo-wee! I'm tired just watching this. Can you imagine what these guys and the pins and needles, the anxiety these guys are going through?
Well, again, you can see here, Matt gets a great jump out of the gate. JTP wasn't able to initiate with him, and we've seen that play a big role here. This is where JTP has to be able to play catch-up coming through here, and he's able to do that. He's able to stick with Matt here as Matt stays deep into that second outer zone. He closes the door here as they leave. JTP right there on his back bumper, now coming through. Big fireball from Matt Field hitting that outside touch and go. JTP on the inside. Man, another great battle here in this one more time battle between these two amazing competitors. JTP already guaranteed a podium. Now it comes down to this result. How far will he go? Or will Matt Field take control here and head to the finals?
All right, results are in. Again, if Matt Field gets the victory. It's his first podium in this vehicle. Justin Pollock, its first podium of the year. Can he make it a perfect event? Slide him left for Field, right for Pollock. Ryan says, Matt Field. Andy says, Brian says, Matt Field gets the win. That means Justin Pollock grabs that third and final podium spot. He will be on the box. And I guarantee a Falcon driver will win the event. Justin Pollock just outside. That perfect event. So there you see Matt Field in his Corvette, awaiting the his guys. Tighten it up. Getting a close up there on Field, crushing some liquids. And again, Field now waits in the wings. He's going to the finals. There you go. There's some more lobster folk. There you are. Famous lobster rim guy. He traded his shirt for that Odd Von wheel. Congratulations, bro. Let's do the roller coaster real quick. On 3, everybody stands up, put your hands up, and screams as loud as possible, okay? That's the roller coaster. On 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. Was that cool? Make some noise! Here we go. You're like, you said 3, and I was the dinghy. I was like, you guys are terrible, and it was all my fault. I apologize. It's been a long day. All right, here we go. Odie Bakshis, James Dean. Who's going to get the win? Where are my Odie fans at? Where are my James Dean fans at? Let's send it. Here we go. Odie Bakshis, James Dean. Second half of the battle. Who's going against Field? Odie Bakshis. Massive initiation. James Dean right there. Explodes it. James Dean right there shouting him, the machine on the door of Odie. Has to back up a little bit, regains that composure. Odie Bakshis into that touch and go. These guys are making it look way too easy. These guys are making it look too easy, Ryan. Again, Odie Bakshis in that Falcon tire, drifts, max oil, field suspension, S14, strong initiation all the way through, and James Dean right there.
Yeah, we saw a really awesome move here by James Dean. Nearly pulled it off perfectly, but you can see Odie Bakshis was just too quick in that area, did not let him close the door right on initiation. Made James Dean work for it, but James is still keeping it very close here as Odie wraps through this second outside zone. There's Dean again closing the door. Great move by Odie, getting to that outside touch and go. Final turn here, Dean very close. Once again, keeping the pressure on with Odie solid in the lead position, and looks like he is going to call a competition timeout.
Both of them are calling competition timeouts. Well, the clock is ticking. The clock is ticking here. Look at Larry still. Larry Chen down there. That's Larry Chen. He doesn't have his hat on. I know you don't recognize him. Looks like the Asian Kramer. But right now, Lorette Nickel caught up with our final driver, one of the final drivers, Matt Field.
Matt Field knew that he had to be 100%. So Matt, you know that you're going to have to give 101 for the final. How do you do that?
I don't think it's about 101. I think it's at keeping it 100.
Okay.
So that's what I'm going to do.
Best of luck.
Thank you.
Keeping it 100, son. Like I visually saw like the 100 emoji come out of his mouth, like when he said that. And there is the clock. It's ticking, and it looks like they're buttoning it up. We're seeing thumbs up. Here comes the machine. I'm ready to do what I got to do. Here we come. I am the machine. String bean. Now the Wordhouse Drift Team, Falcon Tires, Sylvia. I am Batman. As James Dean. See some Wordhouse Drift Team fans. How are we doing, you guys over there on that side? See yourself on the big screen? Yeah, what's up, dude? There you go. Homeboy starting his own wave. No, 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 no. There you go. So we saw James Dean pull out from his pit area. Ryan, our next round of competition, Seattle, Monroe, Washington, Evergreen Speedway. What do you anticipate?
Well, it's always one of the better events of the year. I mean, this year, every single event has been amazing from Long Beach on, so trying to continue the momentum. You know, it's great to be celebrating the 15th season, and love doing, you know, special things for all the venues that have been around in the series for long periods of time. And Seattle is one of them, Monroe, Evergreen Speedway, so really looking forward to that. And, you know, it'll be more than the halfway marker now. After we leave here, we'll have a good idea of where we're at in the championship.
Yeah.
It'll obviously be a very important event, and then after that we've got a brand new event in St. Louis. So still a long ways to go, but things are starting to come together for sure.
All right, look at this. We are seeing Odi Bakshis make sure his alignment is all good in the hood, and jumping underneath the car. The clock is ticking. You can see that there. Just under 4 minutes for the Bakshis team. Falcon tires, drifts, fuel suspension, max oil, ARC Performance. You see all the sponsors there, CBM, RTS. Odi out of the vehicle, seeming pretty calm here. This is kind of a routine for them just to make sure the car is up to snuff. Did they make contact? Why did both of them call 5? It seemed like an alignment was key for both of them. I can't recall them making contact in that first portion.
I don't think so. I think maybe it's an opportunity that kind of just came at random, potentially. I'm not really sure. Obviously, there was a reason for it.
Right.
But I don't know that it was something that happened between the two of them. It was just something that
coincidental.
Was coincidental.
So what's interesting here is I don't believe that Matt called a competition timeout. So, you know, whoever goes against Matt, say they have a circumstance that unfolds in the finals, both of these drivers, neither of them will have a competition timeout to fix their vehicle. So that could definitely change the outcome of the final. So Matt Field waits in the wings. JTP Justin Paul, guaranteed 3rd place. Join us over at the podium, over in the pits. You can see it just at the course exit. Again, thank you to all of you for joining us. Hashtag FD100, 100 rounds in the books of the Formula Drift Championship in the history since 2004. Yeah, Larry, you walk so hard. Larry's got a big lens. Everybody say L2. L2 is Larry's shadow, and that's P2. Oh, that's T2, sorry, T2. All right, so look at this, under 2 minutes now. This can get a little hairy, guys. They need to get it going, and what's interesting enough is I've had time to spend some time with the Bakshis family up at their home and talk to Odi, and he comes from the two-wheel world. He rode dirt bikes and motorcycles and gained a lot of knowledge in the suspension. That's what he used to do, and he still shares a lot of that knowledge, but he is a really strong, knowledgeable cat in the suspension world. He owns and operates Field Suspension, and that's his company, so he knows what he's doing. He's not underneath the car, but he knows what to tell the guys, and he's got as they call it, a good butt dyno on how his car feels. All right, so just under 1 minute, and they'll be buttoning that up. Kind of needs to jam on it. This is really clicking down here. Needs to get his wheel on, fired up, Hans on. You can see head restraint, harness is on. And it looks like he is clear from the car, fired up. Don't want to fire it up with him underneath there. Head sock and James Dean, as we saw, thumbs up. Like a fighter pilot, ready to go to war. Make some noise for him. Hard-working team out there. All the teams. These are, I don't want to say unsung heroes, because they definitely do get praise from their drivers, or sometimes they don't, to be quite honest. You know, but you know, all the teams and crews and, you know, the spotters. I mean, there's so many components to this motorsport that a lot of us have been part of for nearly 15 years. And there's just so many components to it. Weekend at Bernie's, these guys all showed up. How we doing, fellas? These guys are the first people in line today, and they're still here. Right on, fellas. They're right here. All right, so James Dean on the start line. Wordhouse Drift Team, Falcon Tires. Now remember, this is the second half. This is the second half, so I'm sure the judges will want to review the first portion because if you can recall, they had their battle. Odie led. He qualified second. James Dean qualified third. So Odie went through the course. James Dean chased. Both of them utilizing their competition timeouts. So now we are waiting to see who will go against Matt Field in the finals. Camera's getting affixed for Formula Drift on CBS Sports Network. Myself and Ryan Sage. Check out FormulaD.com for more updates and your local listings of both Formula Drift and Formula Drift Insider. Are you ready to send it? New Jersey on 3. Y'all send it. 1, 2, 3. Send it. Here we go. Dean and Bakshi's. Dean initiates. Both these guys mimicking the angle. James Dean looks like he's almost dragging bumper. You see the reflection. Woo! Odie Bakshi's almost gets into the back of that S&T. Look at Dean throws more angle at it. James Dean out of that power. Odie Bakshi's almost overcooked it. You saw him come out of that power alley.
The crossover on inside clip 1 by Odie Bakshi's in the chase was absolutely phenomenal, and it's a great lead run by James Dean. Let's take a look here. Dean back on the throttle very early, super high on the bank. Odie trying to close the door, coming through this first inside clip. Watch this move right here. Boom, just barely not touching James Dean there. Great move by Odie, keeping proximity here, but James Dean out front starts to pull ahead just a little bit here. Great transition back around, and then you can see right there, Odie makes a little bit of a mistake on his transition. He comes on a little bit too tight. He makes it look clean, but he's got to expect that James and his spotter are going to notice that. Here it is again. That was a clean move by Odie, coming through that inside clip into outer zone number 2. And now it's all in the judges' hands. Both runs are in the books.
Yeah, both runs are in the books. And who's going against Field? Are they going one more time? Let's go to the judges. James Dean or Odie Bakshi's? Slide him right for James Dean, right for Odie Bakshi's. And Ryan says James Dean. Andy and Brian, it's unanimous. James Dean gets the victory. Odie Bakshi's gets 4th place. JTP gets 3rd. And there goes Odie Bakshi's, who was 10th coming into this round. He's going to jump up quite a bit. All right, so Odie Bakshi's makes his way off course. You can see the Wordhouse Drift team. They're getting prepped. Look at these guys, Formula One status, dude. Look at them. Keep it cool, cool it down. So when we come back, the finals are here. Make some noise, Jersey! Stretch it out, hopefully one last time, and we can find out who wins here at the Advanced Auto Parts Gauntlet presented by Black Magic. Wordhouse Drift Team thrashing their vehicle. Matt Field, cool, calm, and collect. He's going to keep it 100 when we come back here at round 4 of the Formula Drift Black Magic Pro Championship.
All right, we got some pit action here as we're back live. Let's go to Lorette Nickel, who's down in the pit with James Dean.
You guys, thank you so much. There's obviously a lot of activity around your car right now. What is your team working on?
So just basically after the battle with Odie, really close battle, went one more time, and I really focused to be as clean as possible in the one more time, and I think it paid off. We got a nice chase and a very nice lead. And we're moving into the final. I'm so happy to be back on the podium. Really enjoying this event. Just in the one more time battle with Odie, our nitrous bottle ran low. I could feel that we were down on power while chasing in the first run. So it's clutch kicking the car a bit more, but we changed the bottle and it was perfect for the second run. So yeah, a lot of full throttle, consuming a lot of nitrous, and really enjoying it. I'm exhausted, but loving it.
I was just going to ask you, how are you holding up in this heat?
I think I'm sitting in the car now at 25 minutes, and I couldn't tell you what temperature it is in here. I think I got 2 more runs in me, and I'm going to give it my best and just enjoy the moment.
James, thanks.
Thank you very much.
Here we go with the Formula Drift Round 4 Finals! There is James Dean. He is chilling. He is ready. There it is. James Dean, Matt Field. These guys have gone against each other one time before, with James Dean getting the victory. The 777 Matt Field. Flags are waving. The American flag waving for that Corvette. The Irish flag waves on the antenna of the Worthouse Drift Team. S15. Can Matt Field take it to the top all the way? He's already guaranteed that podium, but can he take it to the top on the debut year of this vehicle?
Yeah, that is very important. We really saw a great insight into Matt Field and his team building this year. He was very open with the build, getting a lot of content out there, how much time and effort he and his team and even his dad put into this project. And then, of course, with James Dean, he is the current champion. He's had maybe not this first part of the year the way that he wanted to, but he is the defending champion. We've seen his driving here this afternoon and this evening look championship-esque. Yep. And I think he's really clearly stating to the other drivers out there, don't forget about me. I'm defending my crown. Yep. But Matt Field is in his way, and this is our final.
All right, here we go with the finals. On three, let's yell, send it. 1, 2, 3, send it! James Dean, Matt Field. The first half of this battle, James Dean initiates. Big angle from Dean. Matt Field mimicking it. Could be a little closer, just given what we see. Some sparks go flying as they knock over that front clip into that second outer zone. The wind kicking up, clearing out the smoke, and Matt Field is right there next to James Dean. Woo! Amazing transition there from Field and Dean. Unbelievable job there from Matt Field, the beast from the Bay, but James Dean, a solid lead run. Ryan, we saw Matt Field grab 2 wins a few years ago, and here he is now.
Well, not letting down in the finals here. Matt wanted to get a good jump out of the gate. He did that because he knew that James Dean was going to be high on the bank. And he was. Watch this move right here. Very Odie-esque. Great job right there, getting right back in the pocket by Matt Field, not letting James get away, but James throwing down a flawless lead run, taking that turn out of that outside zone. Nice transition here. Matt Field tries to get up on the inside, closes the door here, and a great way to finish off with both drivers mashing the throttle through the finish line. This is where we saw Field probably get the closest to James, leaving outside zone number 2. You can see right there that James Dean is driving just a near flawless lead run. And so the expectation for Matt is to do the same or better. And then the inverse goes for James Dean. He's got to keep the pressure on. Matt Field was there and fighting the charge.
Could this be it? Are they going one more time? We've seen a few. Are you ready, New Jersey, and around the world? Who's it going to be? Matt Field or James the Machine Dean, the beast from the Bay and the Machine, going at it here in New Jersey. The 100th ever round of Formula Drift, and James the Machine Dean is right there on the door of him. Transition through that first front clip into that second outer zone. Matt Field finds the composure, puts it together. Solid job by Field out front, and Dean is right there. Another solid transition, firing off. Keeping it 100, and that's what both these guys are doing. Ryan, I don't know if we're going anywhere. Yo, make some stinking noise.
Here we go. Matt Field starts off back on throttle very early. Dean right there next to him. Maybe a tiny bit lower, but Matt Field does a great job out front. Dean, incredible job on the bank to maintain that proximity. Now Matt Field into that second outer zone. Was he as deep as he could be? Pulls a little bit of a gap there on James Dean. Now James comes through the smoke line. Matt Field hits that outside touch and go, and here comes James one more time, keeping the pressure on. Both Falcon drivers crossing the finish line in tow.
Well, an unbelievable run here. The judges, it was a quick verdict. We do have a verdict. It is not going one more time. It is not going one more time. Here is the side-by-side.
You can see here the side-by-side. Dean looking a little bit closer on the bank. James was also pretty high in his lead run, but Matt Field keeping the pressure on through that section of the course, trying to maximize every opportunity that he has. Here's the outside zone for Matt Field. Looks like he could have been a little bit deeper there as compared to James. James comes through that first inside clip. Great job there. Matt Field, you could tell he was really fighting in the vehicle, and then right here, both drivers pretty even through this section, but James was able to hold proximity a little bit longer through the finish line. So the judges do have a result. Either way, a phenomenal battle, and what a great way to end a very, very long day.
Yeah, I mean, just a long, enduring, just attrition as far as the fans. Thank you guys and gals for sticking around, both watching around the globe. I know Mr. World Time Attack, he was watching from Australia. I had other friends messaging me. Justin Shreve, happy belated 30th to you. Happy birthday to Corey Hosford. And again, thank you to the family here at Wall Stadium for celebrating 100 years, or not 100 years, 100 rounds. 100 rounds of 100 years. Man, we're old. But 100 rounds of Formula Drift, 15 years will end at Irwindale, California. Who's going to be the champion? We'll find out. Make some noise for them as they step outside of their vehicle. Our three podium finishers, Justin Pollock, and of course, Matt Field and James Dean. Third place, here at the Advanced Auto Parts Gauntlet, presented by Black Magic, round 4 of the Formula Drift Black Magic Pro Championship. In that Falcon Tires Roush Performance Ford Mustang JTP, Justin Pollock. And your winner here at Wall Stadium Speedway, the Advanced Auto Parts Gauntlet, presented by Black Magic. Hashtag FDNJ, hashtag FD100, hashtag FDXV, hashtag winner, hashtag Falcon Tires, hashtag long event, almost 4.5 hours. Are you ready to crack a beer? Let's send it for our winner here at Wall Stadium, New Jersey. Your winner at the Advanced Auto Parts Gauntlet, presented by Black Magic, is James the Machine Dean is the winner here in New Jersey. Unanimously getting the win in that Wordhouse Gym Team Falcon Tires Sylvia S15. As the hugs and congratulations go around, and that means on his freshman round in his brand new Falcon Tires Wish Corvette, second place, the beast from the Bay, Matt Field from San Jose, California. Keeping it 100. -1 position. Throw it down to you, Lorette Nickel, who's with our winner, James the Machine Dean.
Thank you so much, Jared. My goodness, on a track that turned out to be so treacherous today, how did you protect yourself?
Oh, I'm exhausted. I'm literally out of energy. You know, I gotta say, this year the level in FD is insane. I have to hand it to all these competitors. Everyone is pushing so hard. You see all the contact with people, with the walls. Everyone is just driving 110%, and it's such a challenge as a driver, and it's so fun to battle these amazing drivers. So first of all, thank you all for seriously making me work hard for this. 4 rounds in, we got a win. I'm so happy. It feels like my first FD win again. Great job to Matt. He was unreal, and I honestly didn't know which way it was going to go. His car is fast. They did an amazing job with a new car this year, and it's awesome to have all Falcon Tires in the podium. And I got to say a huge thanks to Wordhouse Drift team. They've worked so hard on the car since the last event, and I tried my best. I know all the guys tried their best, and just thank you all.
James, congratulations.
Thank you.
Jared.
Thank you so much, Lorette, and for all the congratulations to all the teams on the podium, but congratulations to all the teams for being part, again, of the Formula Drift DNA and history. There is our wrong, incorrect graphic. We'll see you in Seattle. That's just what kind of zany experience we've had today, but end-all, be-all, some phenomenal driving. We'll see you in Monroe, Washington. Go to formulat.com, download the app. There it is, July 20th and 21st. We are over the hump. We are past the halfway point, or we're at the halfway point. Round 5, Monroe, Washington, Evergreen Speedway. Ryan Sage, anything you want to say?
Very excited to get the 100th round over. Let's have another 100 more to go, and I'd be happy to call it with you and all the amazing fans here in New Jersey. You guys rock, and congratulations to all the competitors. Let's get on to round 5.
All right, we'll see you there. Congratulations to James Dean, Matt Field, and JCP, Justin Pog. We'll see you in Seattle. We'll see you online. We'll see you another time.